What's up, cheeseheads? Before we get into today's podcast, we wanted to tell you about what Ethan and I have been up to in 2022. Something very exciting. It's a new product that we have launched for employee engagement called the Pool Boys. Tell them what's up.
That's right. So right here, as you can see, the Pool Boys, what we want to do is create an awesome environment for your office pools. So we're going to come in, we're going to run everything for small business owners, large business owners, basically business owners, where we want to come in, provide an awesome red carpet experience where we up the engagement, up the fun by running your office pools, whether it be March Madness. We got some fun fall offerings, whether it be college football pick'em, NFL pick'em, Survivor. We got you covered no matter what the pool is. We are your boys for it. So let's get going.
That's right. This is an employee engagement play. If you're having any trouble at all with retention or engagement or even internal communication, let the Pool Boys take a look and show you some of the products that we can offer. We shoot customized videos with these handsome fellas, and we send them to your team, and we talk trash about your people. It's so much fun. I got to tell you.
We build you up too. Don't worry. It's not just trash, but there is a lot of trash.
There is some trash. All right, guys, check us out at www.thepoolboys.net, and we're going to get into the episode now. Welcome back to Fold in the Cheese. It's your boy K-Troll on the mic. Today, it is Tuesday, and the season is oh so close. It's oh so close. Draft season is upon us, that's for sure.
That is true.
We're talking a lot today about the drafts that we've already had. The drafts are upcoming as well. Mm-hmm. But I am joined as always by Mr. Gelfand, Ethan.
How you doing, man?
What's up?
Just cheesing a little bit. Just cheesing. Just cheesing. As you mentioned, we did a couple drafts yesterday, you and I, in different leagues, our neighborhood leagues. We got our league coming up tomorrow. We always like to do it literally the day before the season starts. So it's a great time. Actually had a long conversation with my brother-in-law yesterday. It's an interesting keeper league. So they only keep one player from their team last year, and then they draft from there. So we were projecting who people are going to keep, what picks he's going to have at the number 2 slot. So it's a great time. Honestly, draft season is probably one of the best, and I love it. I love it.
Drafting is one of my favorite things about fantasy football. Probably the best. I mean, I think winning is the number one for like winning it all. You know, week to week winning, I think might even fall below draft season.
Below the draft, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think championship is number one, drafting, and then pulverizing your opponent.
Although trades, pretty much up there too. I love trades.
Trades are up there. Trades are really exciting. Rivalry week is up there.
Rivalry week. I got to lean close to the mic for that one. Rivalry week.
So it's good times. It's good times. We're going to cover our drafts, like you said. We're also going to hit up Pigskin Pick'em. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. But I'm rocking this jersey today because our Wake Forest Demon Deacons 1-0, undefeated.
Big win. Big win over
Big
that
win against BMI. We had college football this weekend. It was exciting.
Yeah.
What kind of jersey are you rocking there? What is that? What are you working
I too am rocking a jersey. This is the Alpha Sigma Phi intramural t-shirt.
Intramurals.
Dusted it off the old shelf and found it. I was like, yes. I was rocking number 8 in my honor of my man Steve Young. So fitting, same colors. So yeah, man.
I was rocking number 9, and I've got a new backdrop here. Look at this.
Look at your new setup, by the way. Can we talk about that?
My whole new setup. I've got a real camera. I've got a light. I've got stuff behind me.
You've got a mic, right? You can see it. I mean,
you can see that I'm on a microphone.
Is it like a boom mic? Like, hey, how's it going, fam?
Zoom in. You can't see it anymore.
Why are we zoomed in?
Can't see it anymore.
You can't. But I like seeing the mic. I feel like it's like, oh, this is real. They actually have microphones.
You guys are doing stuff. But I want to go back to my jersey because that is a game worn K-Troll Greenville Comets jersey.
That's the real deal. What does that go for on eBay?
That's the real deal. Unlimited
funds?
Unlimited money.
That's what you just listed. Listing price.
Unlimited money.
Quantity or how much it costs?
Yeah. I think it's pretty clutch. I've also got this little helmet. Little mini helmet.
Of your squad?
So this is a Comets helmet. Yeah, that was our logo, that little star. And these were actual helmet stickers that I had on my real helmet when I played.
That's pretty cool. I'm surprised your high school actually had mini helmets of your logo. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we were pretty legit.
You see the football field now, so damn straight you're legit.
I mean, you saw the football field. It's nasty. These little stickers we get for various achievements.
So real quick on helmet stickers. As the quarterback, how do you earn your helmet stickers?
A couple different things. So for us, it was some of it was individual, some of it was team. So if we went over a certain yardage as a team, I would get a sticker, and the whole offense would. Throwing touchdowns, get stickers.
Every touchdown.
I think it was every touchdown. Yeah. And then we had one where they had footballs, they had stars, and they had skull and crossbones. There's like the three most common, and so that's what we had. Yeah. Well, we ran out of footballs one time, and so they're like, "Hey, the offense went over 300 yards or whatever. You get a different sticker." And I was like, "I'm taking the skull and crossbones." So I put that thing right in the front of my helmet. All the rest of them are like on the back, that one right in the front of my helmet.
So what would the skull and crossbones usually be going for? Like
that'd be for like a sack on defense, or like if you held them under like 100 yards or something crazy. Like our defense was actually pretty sick.
Okay.
If you held the other team under 200, whatever it was, yardage wise, or under a certain number of points, a shutout or something. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff.
So clearly, you got to get that skull and crossbones. That's pretty money.
I had to get the skull and crossbones. It's pretty.
Let's see. I played high school tennis. I didn't get any like racket stickers or anything like that. Although my buddy Jonah, you all remember Jonah? He used to do some
learner's locks.
Jonah's
gyms.
He's still on the run for Mike White. But so we were a doubles team, and we were playing this team, Framingham. They were not good. They were not good at all.
Framingham sounds garbage.
So we were crushing them, and so we created our own game. I guess this would be our own version of helmet stickers. So this is going to sound really bad. So I don't know if you know in tennis, but if you hit someone with the ball, you get the point. It's your point. So it's like, you got to get out of the way or hit it. So we decided to take a step further. We would have a going back tally of how many times we could just hit the other team. Because just like in Wedding Crashers, I can make it rain out there. We just had perfect placement. We could put the ball wherever we wanted.
Okay, Mr. Big Shot.
So we were tied going into like the last set. I think we had like 5 each. We hit them each 5 times.
Jeez, 5 hits during the match?
These guys were not great. So it's not
like
we
you
were
just use your racket to defend yourself? I mean, what are you doing?
You can. That's the thing. You do anything you can. You can get out of the way. You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a tennis ball. So anyway, they hit it to Jonah, and it was just like a lob. So he's literally just keying it up, slams it right in the jiggly parts for the man. So like, okay, game's over. You win. We're not doing that game anymore.
Dang.
So
well, on Mario Tennis, they call that a body shot. I don't know if
they
call them that.
Body shot.
That means something different to me from college, but
lower body shot. Oh,
yeah. That is I digress.
I see where you went there. I get
it. Yeah.
Fair.
Well, anyway, that's a good trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
Framingham, garbage tennis team.
Now I'm going to be on their bulletin board material stuff.
Yeah.
Too. I'll just get on everyone bulletin board.
What are you going to do about it, Framingham? What are you going to do about it?
Come at me.
You got body shot 11 times in one night.
I still got my racket. Just got to dust it off. It's fine.
I mean, come on.
It might actually be the same racket from high school, but it's all right. It's still good.
Those don't really go bad, do they?
No, they don't. But we're talking about football, right? This is a football podcast.
This is a football podcast. Let's talk about football. We had some drafts last night, as you mentioned. Both of our neighborhood drafts, actually. So you had your neighborhood draft. I had mine. It was in person. I was giving you all kinds of shit for not having an in-person neighborhood draft. These are your neighbors.
I know.
How do you not get together for a draft with your neighbors?
I am very disappointed in that fact. And looking back, that was super dumb. Like, why did we not? I have never done a live in-person draft. So this would have been the perfect opportunity.
I freaking love it. Okay. Like, regardless of who you do it with, honestly, it doesn't even matter. It's just more fun in person. It's more fun to have a big draft board up on the wall and to put the stickers up and to hear real-time commentary on your picks and people being like, son of a bitch, you took my guy. Or like,
so with the format of it, do you have like a Vanna White? Is there someone who is one job is to put the stickers up, or is it when you draft the guy, you go put your own sticker up?
So that's a great question. I have done it myself to where I was Vanna as the commissioner. I would be Vanna and I would draft my team. We have done it where someone runs up and grabs their own sticker as well. People are dumber than you think, so I wouldn't recommend that. And then last night we actually did have a Vanna. It was the wife of one of the participants. Now she's actually a better fantasy player than he is, so which we gave him plenty of shit for.
Of course.
Why she should be drafting his team and not him, but we'll get to that later, I guess.
Fair.
But yeah, we had a Vanna last night. She was very helpful. Shout out to Rachel. Appreciate the help there.
Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, it was a good time. We also I've introduced this tradition of the kids chair. So we know those little play school tables, the blue tables have the multicolored chairs.
Ours is on an L, so it's cool. But yes, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. So we have a little kids chair that I put down in front of the draft board, and if you take a player that's already been drafted, you sit in the kids chair until someone else does it.
Fair.
So there are
How
a
many
couple
times
of
did it happen?
repeat offenders. Oh my gosh, probably 5 times, 5 or 6 times.
Really?
And that chair was a hot seat. People were moving back and forth.
It was rotating. Fair. It's kind of like the drinking game Thunderstruck, where it's like if you get stuck on the long part where there's not someone else, like, I'm still here. Like, oh gosh,
still hanging out. Yep.
All right.
So anyway,
so let's talk about these drafts, man.
Yeah,
so,
I want to hear about yours. How do you think it went?
So it went pretty good. This was an 8-team league. So this was a team that I finished second in last year. I was pretty bummed.
I was actually you know what? Eckler went in the 4th round last year.
I did get Austin Eckler in the 4th round. He went second overall this year, so a little different. So yeah, last year I finished second. I had a terrible start to the season. My team underperformed so bad, but then I won like 8 of my last 9, made it to the playoffs, and then made it all the way to the championship. So my expectations are high for this year. So I ended up getting the 6th pick out of 8, which I'm not too upset about. Not too upset about. So I mean, if you want, we can throw it up there if you want. I know you got it queued up.
Okay.
So here's my squad. So in the 6th pick, I got Derrick Henry. He fell to me. You know, sometimes he's going as high as 3, 4. He fell. Eckler went 2. McCaffrey went high. Justin Jefferson. So I was lucky enough to get Derrick Henry. So then I had 7, and then 7 and 8. And 9, 10. So I got 11. Jamar Chase was still there. I was really hoping for Najee Harris. He was dropping far. So I was like, oh my gosh, if I get Henry and Najee, that would be legit.
Yeah.
But I got Jamar. Super happy with him because he's been going 1st round and just about everywhere else. Came back with Devontae, man. I just thought could not pass him up. There wasn't a running back that was jumping out. There's a big run on running back. So
yeah,
at that point, I was like, I got to take Devontae Adams. I mean, for this value where I'm at, definitely him.
So I got to ask you about the run, because in an 8-team league, things are different, obviously.
Yep.
There's not as much like quarterback scarcity. So I imagine quarterbacks, you could wait a really long time in an 8-team league. But running backs, because you imagine everyone else is going to be kind of loaded, do you want to get your guys earlier, or you don't care as much because there's more out there? Like, how does it usually flow?
I guess, how does it usually flow? I guess I don't care as much because of how much is out there. And for me, I guess early on, I'm really picking for value, and I figure I can fill in the pieces where I need to. So after I picked Jamar Chase, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 running backs that went off the board between my Jamar Chase and Devontae Adams pick. So at that point,
that's not a ton. I mean, that's like 12 picks. 5 of them are running backs, right? I mean, that's not.
Well, no, that's
what I thought.
I mean, Josh Allen was thrown there, a CeeDee Lamb, and actually Herbert was the first quarterback off the board.
Really?
I thought was interesting. So anyway, I mean, I was looking at the running backs available. It was people like Zeke, Saquon. Who else was there? Shoot, then it was a big dropout, like Leonard Fournette. So I was looking at it, and I was like, you know what? With all the mock drafts we've been doing, Saquon's going to be there on the turnaround. So I don't need to reach for him now. Even though, because again, the running backs, just the depth wasn't there. So I was like, you know what? I have to take Devontae Adams. You get the top tier wide receiver. I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm gold.
Yeah. And you're second and 3rd picks, man. That's crazy. Yeah.
I'd be happy with anyone on the turn. And I ended up, Saquon fell to me, which I was totally happy with. And then I was filling out with Cortland Sutton. Figure 3 wide receivers. That's a guy you and I are really high on. Think he's going to be good this year. So I was happy to get him as my 3rd wide receiver, where some people are even as 2 or 1. And, so then you kind of see where my running backs go from there. I got Travis Etienne as my flex because we start 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. So I figured it's as my flex to have Etienne there. Totally happy with that.
Yeah, I love that.
This pick was uncharacteristic for me. You know how I feel about this man. One of the least sexy picks I've ever done. David Montgomery. But again,
was it the 7th round though? I mean, good grief.
That's what I'm thinking. Again, I'm going based on value. I have my starters and flex. I have my starting wide receivers. Why not take this guy to fill out my depth even more? So I had to take him. Jalen Waddle, we talked about how he's going in 4th rounds, 5th rounds of people's. I got him in the 8th. So, I mean, again, I'm just finding all these value picks here, and I was not upset. I got Dallas Goedert for my tight ends. At that point, I missed on the top tier guys, but again, I was fine with him as my guy, and I could wait on it. Reached, I think, a little bit with Michael Thomas, got him in the 10th, but he could be big.
You don't know, yeah.
I was throwing flyers towards the end. Damon Harris, I've talked about him. Once again, getting him in the 11th round as my 5th running back, totally good with that.
Yep.
And then reached on DeAndre Hopkins maybe around early. But again, he's one of those guys. If I'm in the second half of the year, could be huge for me. Him and a Michael Thomas as my 4th and 5th wide receiver.
I know.
One pick
Hopkins with Devontae Adams and Jamar Chase is just a nasty, nasty combo.
Right. So overall, I'm just happy with it. Happy with my depth. Happy with my starters. Just the one pick late, I was bummed that I missed by one pick was Chris Godwin. Wanted to get him too. It's kind of like, oh crap. Got Tony Pollard instead, which, if Zeke goes down or even if he doesn't, he could be a steal. And got Tom Brady in the 15th as my starter.
What I mean. Yeah.
I don't know if this is odd, but in this league, only one team drafted a backup quarterback. So it's just showing that you don't have to waste your pick on necessarily that second guy because you can pick up guys that are just as good, especially in an 8-team league. I mean, Stafford wasn't picked. I don't even think Prescott was picked. So it's kind of interesting to see who's still there, like just sitting in free agency.
With 8 teams, I mean, there's no reason to take a quarterback until really the very end, just like you did. There's just no
exactly
reason.
What I did.
There's 12 to 14 good options, and you only got 8 teams. So unless everyone is taking a run at a second, I think you did the right thing. Just wait.
And that's what I did. I was happy to get my boy TB. So, no, just to, pat myself on the back. You know how Yahoo always does those draft grades or whatever.
Oh God, yeah.
Got an A-.
A-. Probably the best draft grade you've ever gotten.
That might be. It might be.
I used to really care about those and still honestly do because I just want to crush everything all the time. But I've learned to not really care at all about that because
to temper those expectations.
Yeah, they don't know, man. They have no idea. They also they look at like where you took someone against ADP. They'll look at like how many total points you've accumulated in the running back room, and you're like, dude, but I can only start like 2 of these guys. Like, who cares?
Well,
they do some weird stuff.
So I think I'm projected to have like the second most points. The person who was projected to have the most was the one who took 2 quarterbacks. So that's why it's deceiving. It's like, it's because there's 2 quarterbacks on the roster. So
it's ridiculous.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to zoom in on this thing. We can take a better look at it.
Yes. Look at this Studley squad. Henry, Chase, Adams, Barkley, Sutton, Etienne, Montgomery, Waddle. Just some names to list a few. Just
a few guys out there.
But yeah, also kind of shout out. So Jason he's a frequent fold in the cheeser. So he won the league last year as he made it well known during our mock draft and all that. So last year he was projected to have a 1-13 record. Of course, ends up winning the whole thing. His studs were Debo and Cooper Kupp, which yikes. So once again, he is projected to finish pretty low in this season. These draft day projections. So we'll see if he can buck that.
We need to take a look at his team. We had to get him back on here to show us his team because I want to see the man who went vehemently against Yahoo and crushed last year. I want to see what they think about him this year.
He did get a C. So I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Got a C.
I don't think he probably doesn't care about that, does he?
He does not.
Okay. I'm going to show you just real quick the glory of a in-person draft. You get one of these bad boys, okay? Look at that board, man. That's how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, I like that. I like the 2 written in names too. We don't have stickers for these guys.
That's right.
Yeah. Got to write those in.
Old free agents, Julio and OBJ had to get written in. I swear to you, every year I've done this, I've gotten a board. And number one, you can't find the same board twice. So like next year when I go on Amazon to look for boards, they won't have any of the same boards. I don't know. It's like totally redo by different manufacturers, different companies. I don't know what it is.
So are you telling me we need to create the fold in the cheese draft board?
Fold in the cheese board?
Yes.
Yes. If it has actual cheese, I definitely want it. And if it's just a draft board, I still want it.
I still want it. Regardless of the format, we want it.
Yeah. Fold in the cheese draft board. Hook us up if you want some of that.
Coming soon, 2023.
We can make that happen for sure. Yes. Comment on the video if you're watching. Comment on the video. Also, like and subscribe. Okay, so anyway.
Kemper would say, hit that bell button, which doesn't exist anymore. God.
The bell button does exist.
Don't you cut me out. Don't you cut me out of this video.
Anyway, so here's my squad. I'm going to show you how I ended up here. So first round, I went with McCaffrey at the 4 slot. I get the 4 spot this year.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised he dropped to me, but was very stoked about it. No complaints there.
And this is
10. Back around. This is a 10-teamer. Yeah.
This is 10 teams.
Yeah. So it went Jonathan Taylor, Eckler, and then Cooper Kupp went 3rd.
Okay.
I thought I was actually going to have to make the choice between Kupp and Jefferson at 4, But when he took Kupp and left McCaffrey, I thought that was a no-brainer for me.
Real quick, who would you have taken, Kupp or Jefferson?
So I've been saying recently I'm more on Jefferson, and I think the only difference is maybe a little bit of the twinge of that elbow problem with Stafford. If I had to it's like a tiebreaker basically. You know?
Fair.
So, and I like the new offensive system in Minnesota. I think that's going to open things up even more.
There we go.
Allen Robinson's going to take away some targets, whatever. I mean, you're
Don't
nitpicking.
give away too many secrets right now, Kemp. Let's talk about your squad.
Nitpicking. All right. So on the way back through, I grabbed Javonte Williams. You know, I'm really high on him.
Yeah, boy.
He was on my perfect draft team as well. So I got Javonte Williams in the second. Maybe jumped a little bit earlier than I wanted to there, but I didn't think he'd make it back around to me, and I think he's got so much upside.
Yeah.
Came back through, and I actually took some of your advice here. So here's one thing I wanted to mention about drafts. Number one, I wouldn't recommend drafting the same team over and over and over again. No. If things don't work out, you're screwed.
Just ruined your whole season.
Number two, it's good to mix things up in general, but also like, hey, listen to other people, listen to people that whose opinions you value, and try some different things and see what happens. So I'm not a huge Saquon believer this year, but it's not lost to me that the guy was once a top 3 running back, maybe number 1 running back that one season. It's like he's got that potential for sure. They've got to make changes in New York. They've made a lot of coaching changes. So in the third round, I don't know. Why not? He's my third running back. Give it a shot.
Again, there's such a big drop off after that. It's like, why not?
So this was kind of like, and after the first 2 rounds, I was giving myself a little bit of a face because I was like, I should have probably taken Aaron Jones over Javonte Williams. I didn't like taking Saquon, but I didn't like the receivers that were available at the time. But then when it came back to me and Fournette was still there, I mean, I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to have a ridiculous running back room here. And in this league, you can start 2 running backs and 2 flexes. So I can play all 4 of these guys.
You can play all 4. That's crazy. You're going with the L. Schwim, Larry Schwimmer strategy of RB4.
L. Schwim, all running backs, more than you can even roster. So once again, you know, I'm looking at the board here. I'm looking at who's available when I took Fournette, and there were still receivers I really liked. And I ended up getting exactly who I wanted there. Courtland Sutton fell back to me in the 5th round. He's my wide receiver 1, which is a little light for a wide receiver 1, but I think he's capable of a top 15 year for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Amon-Ra St. Brown coming back around. You know, I'm high on him. Allen Robinson, this is your guy more than mine, but I'm buying the hype as well. And you're kind of getting me on the Allen Robinson train. So I jumped at Allen Robinson as my 3rd receiver. Again, I feel great about that.
3rd receiver. That's great.
Yeah. I feel great about that. And then I did the same thing you did. Hopkins was there in the 8th, which is probably around maybe 2 earlier than you really need to take him, but you got to read your draft room. And in this draft room, Godwin went in like the 6th. Wow. Michael Thomas went in the 6th or 7th. I mean, these guys were going kind of early. The guys that you think people are sort of like forgetting about, you have to know because those guys are going to go fast. You know, once the first one lights
goes, they're like, oh crap, that time.
Yep. So I jumped on Hopkins here thinking, number one, I've got all my starters at running back and receiver. There were still tight ends and quarterbacks left that I wanted.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the guys I really wanted were already gone. So like Hawkinson had just been taken. I've been pretty high on him, but he was already gone. So I figured, why not? Roll the dice, take DeAndre. Yeah. Came back through, and Goddard was the last tight end on the tier of tight ends that I like.
Same thing.
So it was between me and one other guy right next to me. We both didn't have a quarterback or a tight end. The 2 quarterbacks left that I really liked were Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott. The tight end, the only one left was Dallas Goedert.
Yep.
And so I figured I'll let him take his choice of the quarterbacks. I took Goddard. He immediately took Russell Wilson, which I was bummed by, but I stuck with my strategy. I knew Dak was still there. And at that point, I didn't have to rush either because everyone had a quarterback.
Everyone had a quarterback, so like, I can wait.
So I waited another round and took Melvin Gordon, who's not only usable on his own, but is also a handcuff, you know, to Javonte Williams should anything happen. So I feel like that's a nice bench spot for me. And then Dak Prescott's just sitting there waiting for me in the 11th round, I think.
Something like that.
So I was not mad about that. I finished it off with a couple of just value picks in the back there. Devontae Parker, who we think is going to be the number 1 in New England. You have no idea what he's going to do, but again, in the 12th round, who cares? Trey Lance, if he blows up and has a monster season,
you got him.
I got him. I don't want someone else to have him for starters. So, and for number 2, I think Dak is like a really good quarterback, can put up good numbers, but not top 5 elite.
Right.
At least this year after losing to Mari. So Trey Lance could end up being my starter, and I'd be okay with that too.
All right.
And then at the very end, I kind of stashed Michael Gallup, who I feel like is being completely left for dead.
He is.
He may not start the first couple weeks. Maybe he's back week 3 or 4, whatever. But this guy's a stud. You got to remember, I mean, they were comfortable letting Amari Cooper go because they had Michael Gallup and they re-signed him. And I know there's a lot more money on Amari Cooper, so that's not the entire reason. But I think they felt really good about CD and Gallup. They got Jalen Tolbert coming in as a rookie, so I mean they've got decent receivers, but Gallup should get a lot of target share when he's healthy.
He can be a solid number 2. So the fact that you have him on your IR just stashed away behind the DeAndre Hopkins as well, like you're good. You're good.
Good to go, man. Good to go.
Nice. All right.
Full screen of my squad.
Full screen. Look at that.
Starting with Dak, C-Mac, Javonte Williams, Cortland Sutton, and Amon-Ra in the wide receiver slot, but I could slide Allen Robinson in there. Dallas Goedert at tight end, Saquon and Fournette in the flex. Colts and Daniel Carlson, same as you. We ended up having the same.
That's funny.
Unintentionally had the same defense and kicker, so it was kind of fun. But
that's right. You're only starting 2 wide receivers, so boom, even there. So Allen Robinson is on your bench. Yeah, dude, you're fine then, especially with only 2 wide receivers starting. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So both neighborhood leagues drafted, ready to go, and
crushed it.
Both crushed it. And as we mentioned, our draft, our league, which we've been in for X amount of years. Shoot, what did we say?
Almost 20 years, like 20, probably 20 years, almost 20 years.
So ours will be drafting tomorrow night. So that'll be, we'll definitely give you a recap of that on Thursday to let you know what's going on. But
yep,
two big drafts in the books, and we're pumped for them. So
that's right.
Do this.
That's right.
Do this.
All right. We want to get into some contests that we're doing this year. Again, we did Pigskin Pick'em last year. We want to do it again this year. So I'm going to throw this one on the screen as well. We want you guys in the pool. Get in here with us. Play with us. Go to the Pigskin Pick'em site. Find the group Fold in the Cheese. Join it. The password is FITC. And compete against me and Ethan.
Can we get Spicy Jalapeno back in here, please?
Spicy Jalapeno better get back in here. I'm going to shoot her a direct message if I must.
Yes, please do.
Leslie Garcia Shea, we want you back in.
Although she might be mad because I just eked her out. I just eked it out.
That's true. She was not happy about that lead. But let's go ahead and make some picks for today. What do you say?
Oh, look at you. You're going to do it live on screen.
I'm going to do mine live on the screen.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. So you want me to start? You start? Who talks first?
I think you start on this one here.
Okay. So I'm going to throw it to you then because I get to start. So we're looking at the Bills. This is a Thursday night game. So last year's Thursday night was the Bucs and the Cowboys, which was spectacular.
Yep.
And so now we got the Bills and the defending champion Rams in LA. What do you think about this bad boy?
I think this will be equally spectacular. I think this is a killer way to start the season. I am jazzed for this game. This is going to be awesome. The game is in LA, right?
Yep.
So that definitely factors into it some, not because I think it's like an exceptionally tough place to play or there's any climate issues, just home team's always got like a 3-point advantage there. I'm still going to go with the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills on this one because I think it's just too much firepower, too much continuity. The rich got richer on their defense, and they added James Cook on the offense. Like, I don't know. I think the Bills are I never fully believed in the Rams last year. They all the way to the Super Bowl, I was doubting them. So
hate.
I was wrong, but I'm going to go with the Bills here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how. I guess you'd call this lopsided on America on their picks, 66-34 for the Rams.
It's surprising, yeah.
But I hear what you're saying for sure. Obviously, the Rams, that loss of Von Miller goes to the Bills, so it's like crap.
I know.
For me, this is a great game. I'm super excited about it. But I'm actually going to go with the Rams here. I don't know if it's because
of course you are. You love Stafford. That's why.
I do, man.
And Robinson, these are your boys. Yeah.
This is a healthy squad. You know, they showed in the Super Bowl they did it without a fully healthy Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson and all that. And obviously losing OBJ after the first quarter. So you replace OBJ with Allen Robinson. You still got Stafford. You still got Kupp. The defense is you still got the beast, Aaron Donald. So
true.
It's going to be a great game. But I'm giving the slight edge to the Rams, man. I know.
But the Bills got the beast, Boogie Basham. Wake Forest. Boogie Basham.
Boogie.
Right here. Number 9. What up? But guess what? You know who's about to be unleashed? Gabe Davis. This is the Gabe Davis show. All right. He is released into the wild now. And
do you think if the Bills had beaten the Chiefs in the playoffs last year, they would have gone to the Super Bowl?
I still, it's tough to say, man. The Bengals were just so on fire.
Yeah,
it's still a sore subject for me. the way that game ended, I think they would have had a good shot, but at the same time, you would have thought Kansas City would have based on the momentum from that. So,
yeah, okay, just curious. But yes, I am interested to see what Gabe Davis does. He could be a steal this year.
Yep. Good. So we got opposite pick. That's good.
Whoop, whoop.
Now I know where you're going here too. The Saints are going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Obviously, we're going to go with the Falcons, right?
My mighty Falcons, man. I mean, shoot, they just restocked. No, they did not. So no, the Saints could be a sleeper team. This man. I mean, I feel like the NFC is kind of wide open. The fact that I know the defending champs are there, but I don't feel like there's a team that's clear cut above the rest. In the AFC, you got some pretty heavy hitters, kind of a little top heavy, but in the NFC, man, the Saints could sneakily make some noise. The fact that they're getting Michael Thomas back, they made a sneaky move with getting Jarvis Landry. Jameis is back. I know it's still Jameis Winston, but he can light it up if and when he wants to. So I don't know. Watch out for the Saints. They're obviously going to beat the Falcons. Falcons are going to have a rough go this year, so I can't go. They're not my boy Matty Ice anymore. They do have Kyle Pitts, who's going to be a beast, but I'm going to go with the Saints.
Hater. Big time hater. Wow, you have real bandwagon on your fanship there.
Hey, as we say, you got to win each week, man. You got to win each week.
Okay. Well, I agree with what you said about the Saints. I think they could be a pretty good team. They've got a really good defense that's underrated as well.
Got the Honey Badger.
They did pick up the Honey Badger, which, again, rich getting richer. That's a huge pickup. So
that's a big pickup.
Jameis is unpredictable and largely unreliable, but
he's all
going to go with the Saints as well on this one. I'll tell you what, though. I don't think the Falcons are going to be garbage. I really don't.
I don't think they're going to be garbage. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, I think everyone's just assuming that Marcus Mariota can't get it done, but I think he's a really decent quarterback, honestly.
Former Titan, give him some love.
I'm just saying, he's a decent quarterback.
So you're going with the Falcons?
Yeah, we're both going Saints on that one.
All right, next we got the 49ers traveling to your Justin Fields Bears squad. What are we thinking?
God, I'm just so perplexed on why they did not get him more weapons. I just don't get it.
They got him
big names in free agency. They got N'Keal Harry for a 7th rounder. He's already injured, done for the season. They draft Velus Jones, who's like, okay, we don't know a whole lot about him. He's old, that's all anybody knows. He's 25 already. But man, there were some big names out there in free agency that just didn't do it. Byron Pringle, like, come on, man, really? So I got to go Niners.
Yeah, Niners. I mean, it'll be interesting to see Trey Lance's debut. That's probably the one question mark, but otherwise, the Niners are great. I mean, their defense is good, offense is great. You got a full season of Debo and Brandon Ayuk, and you have a healthy Elijah Mitchell. You'd think for the most part. So yeah, I mean, you got to go San Fran here. Bears could be a train wreck again for your boy Justin Fields.
Okay. How about the Steelers traveling to Cincinnati? We're going to see the Mitchell Trubisky Steelers.
Trubisky show.
The Bengals. I mean, this could be a great game.
It could be. It's interesting to see that it's such a landslide of Americans going for the Bengals here. Excuse me, I'm saying Americans. It's the world. You know what? I should
That's
not.
True. This is not just America's show.
It's a world show. So yeah, it's interesting to see that. I don't think it's going to be that much of a landslide of the game. Sure, it's a question mark with Trubisky at quarterback. What's he going to do? But he's still got some great weapons. Najee Harris is back there. He's still got Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool. I mean, Pat Fryermuth. And I'm just saying names. Shooter McGavin.
just naming people.
I'm just listing off names.
Eric Ebron's not there anymore, so
I think this is going to be a great statement win for the Bengals, just to show everybody like, hey, we're still legit. Last year was not a fluke. The pressure's on them, man. Burrow's got to show he can do it again. Obviously, his rookie year was cut kind of short, and he had a great season last year and a great run in the playoffs. So I like the Bengals here at home. It's interesting you'd say a statement win in week 1, but it's against a division rival and one that, could speak volumes to see what they can do the rest of the year.
I would not say this is a statement win.
No. I
think this is a runaway win. And I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, the Bengals are back because they beat the Steelers, who everyone I think is dumping on. I think the Steelers have a great defense. They still have a good defense. They've got some good weapons, but the quarterback is such a fiasco. I think no one's giving them any credit. And so I don't think anyone expects the Steelers to really make this a game. Now they could, and really
Steelers always find a way just to grind it out, though. I mean, you saw it last year. They were in games they shouldn't. They made the playoffs when they shouldn't have. I mean,
I hear you and I agree with you, but elephant in the room, noodle arm Roethlisberger's not there anymore. Right. And so you can say what you want about him and how he looked like he was toast and all that, but he won games and he knew how to get it done. I think we're going to be wondering if we would rather had a noodle arm Roethlisberger than a inaccurate, crappy arm anyway, Trubisky.
You're trying to think of some adjective for Mr.
I don't know what. Yeah, like
he's got a winning pedigree now. He studied under Josh Allen in Buffalo for a whole year. So
that's true. Yeah, he's figured it out now. You're right.
Kenny Pickett, hometown guy, just throw him in there. He's fine.
Yeah.
I like how I'm talking the Steelers up. I hate the Steelers generally, but and I'm the one talking them up.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying about the Steelers. Like, they do make games tough, and Tomlin's a great coach, and they'll probably find a way to make it tough. But I don't think this is the game where people are like, all right, the Bengals are back, because I think they're just expected to crush this, personally.
Okay, that's fair. Well, regardless, we're both going Bengals. So
Bengals.
All right, now we're heading over to the NFC, where the retooled Eagles are going against the Hard Knocks Lions. We're going to be fighting.
You know how I feel about a Hard Knocks team. I was all in on the Cowboys last year. I've been loving Hard Knocks, man. Dan Campbell is just so cool, man. I just love watching him. What a stud. Yeah. I just feel like you just got to love playing for a guy like that. And I love how he's got the whole coaching staff is former players. They're guys that know what it takes to get up, to get motivated. They know what's good enough in practice to say, like, this guy's got it, this guy doesn't got it. I don't know if they've got the guys to get it done here, just overall on the team, but they might.
They might.
And I really hope they turn things around. I think the Eagles are going to be a powerhouse in the NFC this year. And so I got to go with the Eagles on this one.
Okay. Yeah. If the Lions are healthy, man, that offense could be pretty dangerous. I mean, Goff showed what he can do in the second half. He had that couple good years in LA. I mean, if Hawkinson's healthy, you keep DeAndre Swift on the field. He's a difference maker, both out of the backfield and catching balls. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown, if he takes that second-year leap, my goodness. And you still got good Rhodes players like DJ Shark. You still got freaking why am I blanking on the other guy? Oh, Jameson Williams, who they just drafted.
Jameson Williams is injured, yeah.
If he gets healthy, just watch out. So this offense could be fun, but the defense has too many holes. Let's see what Aiden Hutchinson can do, another local guy. See, hopefully he can make some noise. But you're right. The Eagles have retooled. They're restocked. They're reloaded. They're everything. That A.J. Brown trade was a steal. So if they can figure out the running room, if it's Miles Sanders, if it's Kenneth Gainwell, they could put it all together. So I too am going Philly.
Yep. Yeah, it's a tough first match for the Lions here, but I do think they're gonna have a good season. I really do think they can turn things around.
Yeah.
All right. I wonder what we're gonna do here. Patriots heading to Miami. Look who's the favorite in this one.
According to
Look at America and the world. They got the Dolphins 63% picked. Now, have they been listening to the podcast and they know what you always say about the Patriots going to Miami in the summer when it's hot? They don't do well. They always lose one game to Miami every year.
I am picking Miami because we always lose to Miami at least once. Last year was the first game of the season. This year is going to be the same exact thing. I know there's going to be a little more question marks for the Dolphins, but they have restocked and retooled as well. Obviously, they completely overhauled their offense. Tua is going to have a ton more weapons. I'm nervous about the Patriots offense. From preseason, it did not look great. They look out of sync. Everyone's saying Mac Jones is in the best shape of his life, which is not very hard. You also saw his shirtless pose after he won the national championship.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We don't know who's calling the plays. Is it Joe Judge? Is it Matt Patricia? It just seems like kind of a mess right now on offense in New England. And they're going to Miami, all the hype that's going on. I got to give the edge to the Dolphins. We always lose to the Dolphins at least once. And until we get it figured out, I think it's going to be this one.
Yeah, I got to say I agree with you, and you have helped convince me of this too. So I'm also going to go with the Dolphins here because too many weapons, man.
We lose J.C. Jackson, our best cover guy. We signed Malcolm Butler out of retirement. He's already out for the year. So it's like, who's going to be
the Patriots always take away your best option, right? Who's it going to be? Tyreek Hill?
Then you got Jalen.
Number one, can you take him away? I don't know that you can. Number two, here comes Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. Look at the running backs. Chase Edmonds is a great pass catcher. Raheem Mostert, I'm high on him. I got to take the Dolphins too. I hope their defense can hang because Patriots running game is the only thing that could keep them in this one for sure.
Yeah. Okay. We'll stick with another AFC East teams. We got the Baltimore Ravens visiting the mighty New York Jets. Is it the Zach Wilson show? Is it his mom?
The Flacco revenge game. Come on. They're hinting that Wilson could potentially play. I don't think he's going to play. There's no way they're going to put his future in jeopardy.
Is his future already done? Like, is he done?
No, man. No, he was a mixed first season. He was hurt. He didn't play the whole season.
The fact that he's already hurt and it's already like, is he going to play? Is he not?
Listen, running quarterbacks miss games. All right, that's what they do.
Running quarterback Zach Wilson.
He's a runner. He's a scrambler.
I'll give him scrambler.
whatever. You line up and race him. See what happens. Get on the line. Get on the line. 40.
I don't even think I could beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens here.
Yeah, I'm going right. Me too. That's it. Next.
I think I like the weapons more in New York, actually. Although I'm big on Rashad Bateman, and Mark Andrews is the best player on both teams here, probably. But
Elijah Moore too, man. He showed what he
Elijah
can
Moore's a stud, man. I like Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson. I want to see I'm really excited to see what Breece Hall can do. Michael Carter. I mean, they've got a lot of players.
I didn't see how high did Breece Hall go in your neighborhood draft. He went in the 3rd round in mine.
He was, I think, the 5th in ours. Which is more appropriate.
I don't know. I'm not sure why he's getting all this hype when he's going to be splitting time. But anyway,
I'm with you. So you're taking the Jets then?
Oh, totally. Okay. The Baltimore Jets. Let's go Ravens.
All right. The Jaguars. Speaking of retool, the Jaguars are heading up to Washington. Both these teams are retooled a little bit. Take on the Commanders. This is actually kind of a tough one because both of these teams are like, they're either both total garbage or they're both getting a lot better. I don't really know what to expect.
It's so funny you say that because I was literally thinking the same thing. I was like, this is actually a kind of tough pick because you just don't know about the Jags just because they were such a dumpster fire last year. Obviously, terrible leadership. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. It was a disaster. So you'd like to think Doug Peterson is a calming force. Obviously, he did it in Philly. He was able to get a title with them. So you would like to think that there's going to be some life in the Jags.
Are you predicting a Jags title this year? Are you going on the record right now?
2023 Super Bowl Jags. But then
that bet is probably worth millions right now.
It is. He plays that bet today. $10 bet, $10 million payout. So then when you look at the Washington Commanders, first of all, new name. Wow. So much nicer than Washington football.
That's team. Worth something for sure.
And you got wild man Carson Wentz. Obviously, you still got weapons in Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas. I guess Antonio Gibson's the guy now that his backup / competition got shot. He's okay. He's not life-threatening. He's fine. But I guess I got to give the slight edge to Washington just because they have a little more experience. But I am very intrigued about this matchup to see what the Jags can do.
Give me the Jags.
Please click
Give me the Jags. Let's go. Etienne is healthy. I can't wait to see what he does on the field. I like Christian Kirk in the Jaguars now. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to take a step this year. I like Evan Ingram for the Jags too. I've mentioned his name a bunch. I honestly think there's more playmakers on the Jaguars side of the ball. Carson Wentz will find a way to butt fumble this thing. I mean,
he's not Mark Sanchez. Come on.
He is Mark Sanchez. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have any faith in Antonio Gibson, as I've stated many times. I'm really bummed about Brian Robinson getting shot. That's ridiculous.
Shot. Not like getting hurt, getting shot.
Getting shot. Yeah. Just unreal. But speedy recovery. Get back, Brian. I want to see you on the field.
Yes.
I'm going with the Jags.
Okay. Jags. I love it. All right. So here's kind of another toss-up matchup. Talk about a revenge game already. We got the Baker Mayfield less Browns going to the Baker Mayfield full Panthers. What is going on here?
I swear they factor this stuff in too when they make trades and deals.
Look at Monday Night Game, man. Look at the Monday Night Game.
Yeah. The NFL is like, hey, you should send them to the Panthers. That'd be good because that's a game that no one's going to care about otherwise. But
until now,
suddenly be very interesting. So obviously, this is the most healthy the Panthers are going to be all year, and maybe the only time they are healthy all year.
First time they have a full squad.
They got a full squad. I'm a little surprised at how strong this is. 76%. I mean, Jacoby Brissett can play football.
He's very competent.
He's like a total no name.
Yeah.
I think because McCaffrey's healthy and Baker's an upgrade at quarterback over the last several years, I think I'm going to just go with the Panthers, but I don't love it. And I could definitely see the Browns winning this. The defense is good and the run game is great. And I don't know. I don't feel great about it, but I'm going to take the Panthers.
Matt Rule is just going to throw out the playbook, have two quarterbacks set, him and Darnold both back there.
Mayfield passes to Donald, passes down the field, incomplete.
Intercepted.
For a touchdown. Okay.
Yeah, they'll just both be in the shotgun. Who are they going to hike it to? We can't game plan.
Oh my gosh, we can't game plan this.
Oh wait, we can. Just play defense and you're fine. Yeah, I think you literally hit it on the head with this is the first time and only time the Panthers will be healthy. So this will be the time they get a good win. Whether or not this is a quote unquote good one or not, well, to be seen. But I too am going to go with the Panthers. It's just such a turmoil offseason for the Browns. So much crap going down. So they'll take some time to get it together. Give Jacoby a couple games to get warmed up, and then he's going to be completely serviceable. He will.
Yeah.
I just don't think week 1 is going to be the time. So surprisingly, head nod to the Panthers.
I think Amari Cooper went in like the 8th or 9th round in our draft last night because people were like, "Wait, Amari Cooper's still out there?" He's like, "I'll take him. I'll take him." And I mean, that could be a total steal of a pick.
It could.
It
could.
I'll tell you, I'm excited to see is Robbie Anderson. I want to see what he does because I'm still. I'm sure it's water under the bridge. I'm sure they're boys now, but I just really want to see how he and Baker play together.
Well, actually, Robbie Anderson's dad is going to make a clip take of Baker Mayfield not throwing him the ball, just like OBJ.
That was bad. Yeah, well, they might. All right, how about the Colts? We got a divisional rivalry here. The Colts heading to Houston to take on your favorite Joe Montana, Davis Mills, Montana. The Houston Texans, Dameon Pierce, who you love so much.
Dameon Pierce went so high in my neighborhood draft. He went in the 4th or 5th round. Because they've been listening to me hype him up. So I'm just saying, it's a slow play. This is your division, man. But how about another revenge game? Marlon Mack facing his old team.
Did he get
dropped by the Texans, but picked back up?
We'll pick back up for the practice squad. That's right. So,
revenge, man. He wants his revenge on the practice field. Colts.
Okay, I was gonna say, is he gonna get that revenge? Yeah, I'm going Colts too. This should really not be a game.
I can't wait to see what the GOAT Matt Ryan does. He's gonna be amazing.
I think he will be pretty good, actually.
See?
I really do. I hate it. I hate seeing him in the division because he's competent, and the Colts have not had that since Andrew Luck, probably.
The Colts were competence away from the playoffs last year.
They were a dangerous team.
Just saying.
All right.
Oh, perfect timing. We planned this perfectly. So now we got the mighty New York Football Giants heading to Nashville. Tighten up, Vrabel time, baby.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Titans' offense looks this year. I mean, it's going to be a lot of Derrick Henry, and I hope he holds up.
I hope so too.
Under the wear and tear. I know you drafted him pretty high, so we'll see. The Giants have got to prove it to me. I'm not going to believe it until I see it. I'm going with the Titans. They find a way to get it done. They grind it out. They're a tough team. The defense is still really good. They lost Harold Landry, which is a huge loss. He was a sack leader last year for the Titans. I don't know how they're going to replace that production, but they got better at corner. And the Giants, like I said, they got to prove it. They're totally retooled offense, coaching staff, all of that. I got to see it to believe it.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants do need to prove it. They're not going to prove it yet, so I'm definitely not going with them. Going with the Titans, even though they're going to look a lot different. The offense with A.J. Brown gone. Yeah. But it'll be great to see hopefully a healthy Derrick Henry. You want to see that right off the bat. So I think this is going to be a good game for him to kind of get those juices flowing and show he's still the cyborg that he is. So Titans,
I know, baby. All right, Green Bay heading to Minnesota, another divisional rivalry here. These two teams, Minnesota doesn't really look that different. Green Bay looks very different.
Yes.
Still 71% picked on Green Bay. I mean, I think that's kind of crazy.
And on spoiler alert, I'm not one of them. I'm going Minnesota here and kind of the upset just because they're playing at home. Again, that offense, Kirk Cousins is I feel like everyone just kind of forgets about him. And once again, more than competent. He can show what he can do. He's going to have Thielen's back healthy. You obviously got Jefferson. Dalvin Cook's back healthy. Even if he's not, you still got Alexander Madison who could fill in aptly for him. So I like an offense. They got new leadership. Zimmer's gone. So you'd like to think you can get a little more competency from that. So I'm going kind of with an upset special here, going with the Vikings just because of the question marks on offense for the Packers. I know they still got the great running game. They'll probably have to rely heavily on it, but I kind of want to see what the Vikings can do. And maybe this is the time they put their stamp on the division and do it early.
Yeah, the Packers are kind of like the Titans in that regard this year, where like they're going to have to lean on that running game big time, and they were really unsure what we're going to get out of the passing game. Now,
but they're playing Aaron Rodgers $100 million a year, so they can't rely on it too much.
Yeah, and I think he's a little bit better than Ryan Tannehill. I'm also going with the Vikings, same reasoning. Actually, yeah, I don't know why they're only 29% picked. I don't get it. There's a lot of hype about their offense this year, and I think it's going to be exciting to watch. Green Bay does have a good defense, and they do run the ball very well. So does Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I think the edge is the Minnesota passing game here. So I'm with you. I'm going to go the Vikings at home.
Go with Vikings. Skol. Yep. All right. Skol. Now we got a battle of two red teams. We got the Chiefs visiting the Cardinals. Yes, that's how we describe it.
With pointy logos.
Pointy. The one's literally a point. The other has sharp feathers. Cardinals, Chiefs.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon action.
This is a bit of a tough one, actually.
Right?
We've seen the Cardinals come out of the gate on fire. And they have a tendency to do that. It is in Arizona. Kansas City obviously lost Tyreek Hill, so we're not sure what we're going to see out of that receiving room. Juju, I think, is going to be the leader, but we don't know for sure. But the Cardinals don't have DeAndre Hopkins. Hollywood Brown's new. I mean, there's a lot going on here. A lot of change between these two teams. The advantage obviously goes to Mahomes, but I'm going with the Cardinals on this one.
Ooh.
I'm going to take the Cardinals upset special on this one. I think for me, this is kind of a pick 'em.
Yeah.
So I'll take the home team.
It was an intriguing one. This wasn't as harder for me as some of the other kind of toss-up games. Granted, some of them were not as higher caliber offense or teams, but I went with the Chiefs here just because I think no DeAndre is going to hurt, and the fact that they lost your boy Christian Kirk, and whether or not Marquise Brown if he can do what he did in Baltimore again, kind of the jury's still out. We'll see what he can do. So I don't know. I just think there's a lot of question marks for the Cardinals. Obviously, Kyler Murray signing that big deal, but there was drama in the offseason there. I don't know.
They've got a lot to prove.
That's literally the word that's coming out of my mouth. They have to prove what they can do, and that it's not a fluke that they're just a first-half team. I don't think they can keep up with the Chiefs. I like Juju Smith. I like the little pieces they got. So I'm going with Chiefs here, man.
Okay. That's going to be a good one. I think that'll be an exciting game, too. How about the Raiders? Another divisional rivalry here, going to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers.
This is going to be a fun one.
Be a good one.
Fun one. This could be a lot of points on the board here, and this is some high-powered offense. Obviously, the Raiders getting Devontae Adams. Chargers still get with the help. I mean, they didn't really need any more pieces on offense, so they're just ready to go, reloading. Healthy Herbert, Eckler, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. My gosh, got Gerald Everett. That's a sneaky pick, right? Wait, what?
Yeah, Gerald Everett. Yeah,
that's a sneaky
Josh Palmer
pick right there.
Yeah.
So these offenses are going to be fun to watch. I'm going to give the Chargers the edge at home. I like their defense a little bit better than the Raiders, but I think there are going to be a lot of points scored.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. And
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, give me the Chargers. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. I think more continuity. Maybe that's the difference maker. The Raiders, so it's kind of like what happened with the Buccaneers a few years ago. Like, it may take a few games for them to totally gel altogether. Waller was out a bunch last year. Now you add Devontae Adams into the mix. The running back room is in flux. So it may take a little while for them to get everything gelled together. You're going to see flashes where they're really, really good, and they're going to be competitive anyway. But I think I'm going to take the charge with continuity.
All right, sounds fair. All right, this was the amazing season opener last year with the Bucs visiting the Cowboys. You going boys, Bucs? What's going to happen?
Man, this one's tough. They're both missing arguably their number one receiver. I mean, Godwin is still getting projected points for this week. I don't think there's any chance he plays. I don't think that would not be smart. Obviously, the Cowboys get rid of Amari Cooper, and they're going to be without Michael Gallup most likely. So, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers here. I think there's going to be too much offense to handle, even without Gronk. Just Mike Evans. Maybe Julio does something. Who knows? They got Russell Gage now, but Brady, I got to say, Brady's going to find a way. Big game. Yeah. I think he can get it done.
No, I agree. I too went with the Bucs. I know you're hating on Julio, what he did to your Titans and they left your Falcons.
You did me wrong. Julio.
He did do you wrong. You're not wrong there. So, but I still think he's got stuff left in the tank. And that is literally what always happens to Tom Brady is they'll sign some guys and he's like, okay, I'm going to show you that these are still amazing people. He's done it before. He's going to do it again. I'm not saying Julio's going to be an all-pro or anything like that, but he's going to utilize them the best he can. And you're right. There are too many weapons there still. Mike Evans is a beast of a man. Leonard Fournette can't take him down. So I'm going Bucs. And they still got the defense too.
Yeah, they do. The Cowboys got a strong defense too.
They do.
Trayvon Diggs can shut you down. I don't know. I'm a little surprised it's as much of a disparity as it is. I guess it's the Brady effect.
It's the Brady effect.
But I think that'd be a really close game. How about Denver and Seattle? How about the story of the year? Gone. 5% of people picked Seattle to win this game. Like, what is up with that?
That's Uncle Doug, man, because he just found out that Russell's traded.
Doug found out they traded. That's right.
I'm still going with my Hawks. So, no, I think you're right. The NFL rigged it so they would have some revenge games open a week. Broncos. Seahawks are starting Geno Smith. Come on.
I mean, I think not even close, really. I think Russell wants to show out big time.
Yes.
He wants to show out, and I think he's going to put up 40. I'm going to go with a total points here. I'm going to go with 57. Be high scoring, 42-15.
Okay. I went with a score of 49, total score of 49.
Yeah, Broncos are going to just blow it out.
Yeah. So there it is.
There you have it. Pigskin Pick'em.
One in the books. Pigskin Pick'em. Don't forget to join the group. As we said, search for Fold in the Cheese group. Password FITC, all caps. And come beat us. Come lose to us. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Give it your best shot.
You can't do it. Who are we kidding?
We're going to do another recap of our long-standing league in the next episode, right?
Yes,
and then we've got a new contest we're going to jump in as well, which is sort of a Survivor League, but it's player-based, which would be pretty fun.
Next episode is going to be jam-packed. As we said, we're going over our drafts. We got to preview this week's games. We did a little bit here with the Pick'em, but we'll kind of do some more preview going on. Man, football is back. It's crazy. We're going to talk about the Thursday night games. It's going to be spectacular. Kemp, can't contain the excitement.
Can't wait.
Bart's gone. Can't wait. Do you listen to him at all on ESPN Radio?
No.
He just likes to yell a lot. He's just always can't waiting it.
Can't wait. Everything can't wait.
He can't wait. We can't wait. So until next time, keep on folding.
Fold it.